What's up, y'all? This is Krista Flash from S.H.Y Talk. I want to get into the Yankees off season and what they can do after if Yamamoto signs with them. Um, but first, before I do that, I want to give a shout out to 161 Jason and 4 Train Express Michael Maza for this idea. Um, go subscribe to them, y'all. They put out good content. Also, Kev for BX Sports Jedi and Tats from Pinstripe Chronicles and Strike Zone NFE. Go check them out too. Great content creators. Great people in the Yankee community. Without them, I wouldn't have my start. And I want to give a shout out to Hector too, to the Yankees Morning Brew. Um, they put out great content, but Mike and 161, they gave me the idea to do this. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to do my best to put out as much Yankee content and not try to, persuade y'all into clickbaiting. You know, um, when I put the picture up, y'all gonna know why. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, the Yankees are gonna get him and this and that. But I'm just giving my feedback and thoughts what they should do after the Yamamoto situation. So I think there's 4 trades they can do to solidify their pitching rotation and their closer role. And the 4 teams I think they could trade for. One of them is Milwaukee. They can trade for starting pitcher uh, Burns and their closer Devin Williams. Um, they don't really have to give too much, I don't think, for Devin, but for Burns, even though it's a 1 year rental, I think they'll have to give a pretty penny, just like they did for Juan Soto, because Milwaukee is probably going to try to do a rebuild. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Burns, but to get in this trade, I feel like it's Devin Williams because dude's been lights out the last couple of years, especially for a closer. I know a lot of people try to stack people up to Mo, but that's not gonna happen. Mo's a generational talent when it comes to being a closer, so I don't see that happening. But that would be the first trade I'll look into. The second team would probably be, trying to think if I had to put them in order. So the second team would probably be Cleveland, because they got Shane Bieber over there that's on the trade block, and apparently Emmanuel Clase, their closer, even though he has 5 years of control, apparently they want to put him on the trade block to see what they can get. Um, I mean, Clase, he reminds me of a young Chappie. He's yes, he throws fast, and yes, his control sometimes isn't there, but he's still dominant as a closer. And then Shane Bieber, you know, um, Matt Blake is the reason why Shane Bieber is the way he is. Imagine them two pairing up again, and maybe Shane Bieber could find what he lost. Because the last couple of seasons, his numbers been dipping, and maybe it's the innings, maybe it's the age catching up to him. But I feel like if he pairs up with Matt Blake again, he could probably be special again too. So that would be my second team, and then probably my third team. And a lot of people think this is, most likely gonna happen. Maybe is the Miami Marlins. You could. There's so many pitchers and relievers Miami got, especially lefties. You can trade a combination of Edward Cabrera and I think it's Braxton Garrett. That's the two starters. One's a righty, one's a lefty. Um, you could trade for the two one of the two lefties in the bullpen, AJ Puck and Andrew Noddy. But if I had to choose, I'd probably choose Braxton Garrett and Andrew Noddy, especially Andrew Noddy. Naughty. I don't know if I'm saying his right name right, but it's because of my accent. Andrew Naughty is lights out too. Especially on the left hand side. I think he posted like a 2.87 ERA last year, if I'm right, or 2.84. It's something in that ballpark, but he's a beast. and I think he's under control for maybe 2 to 3 years, maybe five. I think it is five, and yeah, he's lights out. Then he's a lefty, and like I was telling Tats on the Pinstripe podcast last night, you can never have too many lefties. I know he was like, "Oh, I don't know." I think in this bullpen, I feel like you need three lefties, just like Sunil was talking about. We need three lefties in the starter rotation. That's how I feel with the bullpen, especially because you got so many people that you could throw out there when it comes to the bullpen situation. And especially as a closer, a lefty as a closer in Yankee Stadium, that's that's what we need. And the pitching wise, when it comes to Braxton Garrett, I feel like especially because he is a lefty too, and we need lefties. I think he's a better choice than Edward Cabrera. And I'm not saying Edward Cabrera's not good. I just I rather the lefty. And then my last team would probably be the White Sox. I feel like, especially now that they linked to Dylan Cease, why not? He's a cheap option. He's got 2 years of control. He shows that he's consistent with at least 200 strikeouts a year. I mean, why not? I mean, he's showing that you don't need to pitch 200 innings to get that 200 strikeout mark. Dude's dominant. He's nasty. The beginning of the 22 season, I think that's what it was, or the 23 season. Beginning he was dominant. He started plateauing at the end, but he was up there with the Cy Young race with Garrett Cole now. So he's good. And then the person that I think Mike talked about the most, Fortran Express, and I don't blame him because he's a power arm lefty. I don't hear too many control issues. I think he's got a pitch mix. He throws a slider. I think it's a circle change and a fastball. I think his fastball is like, I think it tops out to like 100 something. Dude's a beast, man. And again, like I said, he's a lefty. If you could pair that up with him being in the ninth, and then you put Clay Holmes in the eighth. Imagine that bullpen with them two. You get a righty that's a single ball that throws fast too, and then you switch it up in the ninth with a power arm lefty. That's a big power one. Because they were talking about news came out talking about the Yankees, even if they signed Yamamoto, they wanted to make a full powered bullpen. You know, super bullpen. You can't get no more super than that when you got a fireball sinker baller, and then you got a fireball lefty coming after him. That's too dominant. But I want y'all to give me y'all suggestions of what we should do after Yamamoto. Trades, free agencies, whatever y'all want to talk about, just post it. Hit the comment section below. I'm gonna link up all the channels I talked about in the description. And like I said, let's get to it, y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. Flash out.